hurt. Jesus will.
Today, from Hard Rock Stadium in Miami, Florida, it's Week 2 of the NFL on EA Sports. And the Miami Dolphins taking on Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills.
From beautiful South Florida, there's a look at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami. The excitement brewing here in South Florida. As a moment ago, the Dolphins starters were introduced to this home crowd. They're fired up as well as they get set to match up with the Buffalo Bills. Charles Davis. Charles, you look at the Dolphins as they enter play in this one. They come in off a loss in the opener last week. That one was on the road. Now they get their first taste here of home cooking.
And what they're hoping to do is feed off the energy of the home crowd. Great tailgate, great fan support. Let's see if they can put it to good use.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Bills, they were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I watched their game tape and their victory last week, they put it together in every phase. Good offense, good defense, and some key plays on special teams. Let's see if they can get that second win in a row.
So here come the Dolphins now as they get set to take over on offense. And they'll be led out by their veteran quarterback in season number 16 of the NFL. It's Ryan Fitzpatrick.
He had the numbers of a game last week that if you win, you talk about him being a gritty guy, managing the game, getting it done. But they lost. So obviously 2 interceptions, 1 touchdown pass. That's not going to be good. Got to get around.
Off at the 28, and his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. The Bills make their way out, led by their third-year quarterback from Wyoming. 24 years of age, it's Josh Allen.
And what he's thinking about right now is first down, let's find a way to make a big play. Because when you get a sudden change situation and that defense has to rush onto the field unexpectedly, you might catch them having a defensive breakdown or not quite prepared.
And it was really sudden after the first play picked off. So after the ID, it's Allen. Running back. A short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22. 3 yards the gain there, second down.
At the Dolphins' 22-yard line.
Atlantic. And he'll get this down close to a first down at about the Dolphins' 17.
Raekwon McMillan on the tackle. 5 yards on the play.
And he's able to find. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Stephon Diggs, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Bills have taken the early lead.
Partner, remember that film of Peyton Manning going through the route tree with his great receivers in Indianapolis? I think we're seeing the results of the same type of work here today. These guys know each other so well, they don't even have to call the play. They can just look each other and know the route that's going to be run, and usually the connection is perfect.
Extra point right down the middle, and that makes the score 7-0.
Tyler Bass to kick off for Buffalo.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. Fields it in the middle. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. So Miami coming out for their second drive. Not the start that they were hoping for. The interception on the first play of the game. It leads to 6 points the other way. How do you rebound from here?
Yeah, a little bit of humor. Got to laugh that one off, and not the ha-ha, that was very funny, but kind of like, can you believe that just happened?
Man open, that's Devontae Parker complete. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down. No matter your experience level as a quarterback, you throw an interception on that first drive, maybe a little shaken up. Nice response there to get there.
You throw an interception, it's going to get to you a little bit. But the ones that we've seen that are the best, you never notice it. They don't come to the bench, throw their helmets, they don't do any of that. They just go back out the next drive. Now,
and right around the 47 this time. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
Run there by Matt Breida, and he spent the early part of his career in San Francisco sharing the backfield and sharing the ball. What you really want with him, open space and make sure he's touching it, because he can take it from 0 to the end zone in a very short amount of time.
And now a throw, first down there, but it's incomplete.
No coverage bust by the defense here. They did a nice job accounting for everybody, and that led to an incompletion.
They'll set up a screen. He's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. A gain of 13. It's a first down. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter.
They ran that one well, and not only did they pick up a nice chunk of screen, that's a pass. You better be careful. We can hit you going back the other direction.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Is met in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here. 3rd and 5. Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because you control the rest of the game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
The Buffalo defense does its job, and it's 4th down.
A 52-yard attempt.
That's running out of steam, and it won't get there. He left it just short, no good, and this score will stay right where it is. So here come the Bills out for their second drive. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10.
NFL kickers nowadays, they make things look so easy, because normally from this range, about 2 out of 3, and this is not an easy kick.
Yeah, 20 years ago, you get where he was in that 50 range, maybe a little over. like, whoa, what happened? And that's what we have here.
Yeah, you're right. 20 years ago, we were saying run some more plays and get closer. Now we think they're definitely within range, and you're exactly right. When it comes up short, there has to be something that went wrong because they have plenty of leg.
Now on 2nd and 15, Allen, he's got the connection over the middle to dig. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. 23 yards the pickup there.
Good catch there by Stephon Diggs, and no one happier in Buffalo than quarterback Josh Allen, who was looking for that big target downfield, the guy who can go up and take the ball away from defenders and turn it into big plays.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Here's Allen to throw it. Complete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Tremendous field position there and a perfect time to do exactly what they did. Take a shot at the end zone. And they went for the big play, just unable to complete it.
And that is complete.
Tremendous coverage there. Just did not catch the football and complete the interception. But what do they say all the time? If he had really good hands, he'd be playing offense.
This one deep. And this is going to be intercepted. It's the Pro Bowler Byron Jones. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Intercepted. The Dolphins take over 1st and 10 at their own 6.
And he's going to take the 10 to about the 11. Tremaine Edmonds, the Bills' leading tackler in 2019, in on the stop.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a run, you're a bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
And both guys were there, but it falls incomplete.
Brings up 3rd and 5.
Fitzpatrick. And that one is in. And it also concludes quarter number 1. After 7-0 on EA Sports.
Dolphins nothing.
On 4th down, Matt Hawk to punt it away. They punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. 42 yards on the punt, just 2 on the return. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. So here are the Bills to take over. They were winners over the Jets a week ago, and they are in the driver's seat right now as well. Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at the 45. Bills throw for with it. And the result here, up of 8, leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir. Turn that into a positive gain. Take the 44-yard line.
Singletary, the ball carrier.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a 1st down.
Caught by Beasley. Way home for a Bills touchdown. Cole Beasley, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Bills will extend their lead. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a 2nd one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdown scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now 14-0.
Tyler Bass to kick off for Buffalo.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. This will make it in zone. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
A reminder, still some good games coming up here in Week 2 of the NFL. Later tonight, a rematch from that Super Bowl a few years back. New England visits Seattle up in the Northwest. And then on Monday night, we'll be there. The first regular season NFL game ever played in the state of Nevada. The New Orleans Saints and the Las Vegas Raiders from Allegiant Stadium. That should be something. Now an open man. That's the tight end, Gesicki. It's complete. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down.
When I see Mike Gesicki make a catch, I'm reminded of his athletic ability and go back to the time we were leading up to the draft and showing his career highlights, including high school volleyball, where he appeared he was almost jumping over the net. I expect him to continue to grow in 570 total yards.
Rito, the ball carrier.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
From the gun. And that is in. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They look lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
And that's going to be complete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And each in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. To convert them or don't get to 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
The Buffalo offense and Devin Singletary heading back out there. And he's had his chances in this game. He just hasn't been able to find any daylight so far.
Patience, patience, patience. And that's the hard part for a runner because they expect every run to be a big one for something to pop. So they have to sometimes go through the struggles before it happens for them later in the game. But a guy to the team, they've worked around the fact that he hasn't had his normal big game.
Yeah, despite his struggles, still winning here in the 2nd quarter.
Normally being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well and free from his grasp.
Over the middle, taken in, and he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. So they'll take the yardage and tack on 15 more for the face mask.
Talk about a play that absolutely costs you in the end. Just trying to do your job, right? Trying to get him on the ground. To march up another 15 in the squad.
Quick slant to Brown. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. A 14-yard gain there as they look to improve this 14-point lead.
John Brown with the reception. What a year he had in 2019. Had his first 1,000-yard season since 2015 and had the most catches in his career as well with 72. A very dangerous target both downfield and in the short areas where he can make the catch. People miss.
And he takes a shot the release as this will be incomplete.
Trying to get that one to his tight end, and they've been trying to get the ball to him, but as of yet, unable to successfully complete one. Great sight line right in the middle of the field.
And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 12 yards there and a first down.
What I enjoyed most about watching Devin Singletary as a rookie, and he had a nice campaign, 775 yards on the ground and a rushing average in 5 in the league last year, is that what I saw in college transferred to the NFL. Continued to make the first tackler miss, whether he's in the hole or on the perimeter. I expect him to get to 1,000 yards rushing this season.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Now a run with Singletary. And he is in the zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Devin Singletary, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Bills will add on to their lead. Heck of a start to his season. He had 2 touchdowns in the opener last week, another one here in week 2.
Well, I don't want to call him a touchdown machine this early, but sometimes you get locked in, and you feel good about things. You get into that zone, and those touchdowns come in bunches. He may be off to that kind of a start.
It's like he was shot out of a cannon. I would imagine success this early, great momentum going forward for the rest of the year.
Keeps this up, they'll soon be chanting MVP anytime he touches the ball.
Point after, right down the middle. And it's now 21-0.
Tyler Bass to kick off for Buffalo.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. This will make it into the end zone. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. So now here come the Dolphins. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. Thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last I'm not saying you have ultimate points here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
A reminder coming up at halftime. We'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores around the NFL second week of the regular season. Bills get to it. That's a cornerback in for the sack. Tre'Davious White.
A loss of
3 scores down, not even a halftime yet. They are not getting much generated offensively. They've got to figure it out.
It's tough because this defense just seems to be playing with so much confidence right now.
They really are. They are on their toes, and they're getting at them.
Third and long, Fitzpatrick following the sack. What can he and the gang come up with? And he's going to be excited about the 15-yard line. Just a yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's 4th down.
But they got off the field on 3rd down. An excellent job, an excellent defensive series. We always talk about adjustments and usually only at halftime, but the best teams adjust series to series. And on that series, they adjusted so well that they got the job done in fine style.
Here's Matt Hawk now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. 40 yards on the punt, 2 on the return, and possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Here comes Josh Allen and the Bills offense back onto the field. And he's looked pretty good. Does have the 1 interception, but 2 touchdown passes so far. Your analysis?
They'll take the offset. When you talk about throwing 2 touchdown passes, no one wants to see an interception thrown, but those things happen in the course of
2nd and 10. Throwing again. A quick throw be caught by Diggs. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. That one good for a 1st down pickup of 18 yards.
And there's a catch there by Stephon Diggs, and he is dangerous whether you throw the ball to him short or you target him downfield for the big plays. Averaged nearly 18 yards per catch. That ranked 4th in the league last season. He is elusive.
He lost the football. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we send you up to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Brandon, we'll get you back to you and Charles in a bit, but first it's time for a trip around the NFL following an eventful opening weekend. Let's see what's happening in Week 2. We'll start up at MetLife Stadium in New Jersey, and they are seconds away from halftime, all tied in that one. From there, it's off to Chicago. Check on the Bears at home at Soldier Field. And in that one, it's the visiting Giants who have the lead. Corey Coleman, a touchdown reception. Finally, let's get to the country music capital of the world and see what's happening with the Titans at home in Nashville. And they've got the lead in that ball game over the Jaguars as that one's gone to halftime. Derrick Henry, a touchdown run in that first half. In the game you're watching, it was Josh Allen who was on target in that first half. His guys have a 3-touchdown lead as we're about ready to go into the second half. And to get you through it, we give it back to Brandon Gaud.
All right, Coach Q, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Bills with the lead, and they'll get the football first as the second half is underway. That'll make to the 25.
The Bills take over first and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Out come the Bills now as they'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick in the second.
How they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Just his second catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains.
First down.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They lead this league while falling to it themselves.
And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
2 yards.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. So the shotgun snapped in. Going to hit his man backfield, complete. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down.
A gain of 11 on.
And this is why trying to cover the angle route is so difficult. Anyone playing the linebacker position, when they see a running back out of the backfield widen because he heads towards the flat first, sometimes you widen much and overcommit inside. Nice pickup for a first down.
It was Shaq Lawson there. He'll get credit for the tackle for loss.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustments, what they talked about, maybe it was just a little inspiration speech. Who knows? But it looks like
Allen's throw is complete. They're going to get this at the Miami 15.
To step on.
A big play here for Buffalo. 41 yards.
we know play callers can be very creative in this game today, but sometimes when they've got receivers with speed like this, they don't need to design incredibly complex calls. Sometimes it's just get the ball in his hands and let him do his thing. In a sense, less can become more, and it was right there.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on. He's going to get into Singletary. And he's going to get about 10-9.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Throwing now is Allen. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's late. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup. And just like that, it's 3rd down.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. The linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a made there.
And this is Bills touchdown. Stephon Diggs with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Bills will add on to their lead.
In order to lead it, we're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his second touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. It's good, and they start their lead to 28-0 now. So that drive in total 8 plays, and it culminates in a Bills touchdown.
Tyler Bass to kick off for Buffalo.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. This taken in, starts deep, and he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. So here are the Dolphins now. They get ready for their first possession of the second half. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field. Not even get points on the board. Just take a breath, relax, try and figure out what is working and call more of that.
Zay Jones was the intended receiver, but it's going to be second down.
At the 25-yard line.
I can't believe they let you play. I can't believe they even let
He goes down. Jerry Hughes too strong as he's in for the sack.
A loss of 12.
So one quick, easy analysis of how they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in third and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
Third and long, Fitzpatrick following the sack. What can he and the gang come up with?
58, boys, 58.
Taken down. A real letdown defensively. That was third and a bundle, but they allow the conversion.
Press coverage on the outside, and for defenders, that's the ultimate risk reward. If you take the risk, can you reward yourself by keeping them on the line of scrimmage? But no, not on that one. Got the step on them. Now it's just a matter of laying the ball for him to
on first. This one winds up to be incomplete. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. And able to rip a yardage before being dropped inside the 40. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
Well, that was a nice job there. Quarterback and receiver reading the pressure that was brought. They both knew it was going to open up the middle of the field. Nice little shake and bake in the line of scrimmage, got right into his route. And the quarterback hit him in stride, and he was able to run free after the catch.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 2. They'll throw again. To Jones. And he's down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. Another first down as he went right back to the same well, this time for 17 yards.
Well, look what we have here, a sustained drive, and that was certainly AWOL in the first half. They really struggled to try and move the football. But right now, they certainly seem to have the formula working. Let's see if they can keep it up.
And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. That was play number 7 on this drive, and it got him 7 yards.
2nd and 3 at the 14-yard line.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Second down and 3.
Right here. Strong right.
Patrick. And that one goes late. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him credit for hanging in there and trying to make it, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
Well, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. say he's short of the line to gain. Jordan Howard unable to get to that imaginary yellow line. And the Bills are going to get the football back. So they finally get their first trip to the red zone, and it ends with nothing.
And that's what I'm going to focus on with you because you teed it up really well. Finally get to the red zone. Frustration. They haven't moved as well as they want all game. Now they get there, but we got to go for it because we don't know if we can get back here again. We don't know how many opportunities because they've been sputtering a little bit.
Absolutely. At this stage in the second half, to get there and not get it for the first time, tough. They'll get him to the ground at 20 following a pickup of 4. Now a stoppage here as it looks like we've got a Dolphins shaking up on the play. We'll get an update when we come back to Hard Rock Stadium. The Bills on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. They'll try to run for this with Singletary. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down.
When a good play is made on defense, oftentimes leverage is the key to everything. Defensive line not getting turned, all the other guys making sure they're in the right spot. And on that play, they were able to stop them short of a first down.
And they're going to fake it from deep in their own territory. And this is incomplete. A huge gamble, and it does not pay off. They fake the punt. It doesn't work out. And the Dolphins get the football in great field position. There are times to run that fake, and there are times to not run it. And this, without question, would fall in the latter category.
Well, I don't know about what. We should look on this one because gone ahead and punted the football because now not only did you not get it and you really have no chance to, what a short field that you turn the ball over to the other offense.
Fitzpatrick. It's complete to the tight end. And here he'll get it down to the 7. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up 2nd down.
A gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
Here's and he'll be brought down right at the goal line at about the 1-yard line. That play gets him 6 yards and sets them up with a 1st and goal. What a game this defense continues to play, huh?
Yeah, they've been aggressive from the first snap, and they've controlled this ball game. But right now, if you're on the ball, you got to match that aggression.
They'll take this in the end zone. Dolphins touchdown. Matt Breida, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Dolphins are able to cut into this lead. So they will get on the scoreboard here. Give them credit for that. Too little, too late, but no 0. You're going slow clap on me.
Not very nice, is it?
No, but they haven't been very nice on offense. It's been a struggle. He's got to bring it back to 28-7 now. A drive there of just 4 plays. And it was Matt Breida who had the touchdown run to put an end to it. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And did the Dolphins get it? Yes! Miami football. So the onside kick is recovered. And, you know, I always thought, Charles, as someone who didn't play these positions, that going over the middle as a receiver or trying to recover an onside kick are two very
fortitude to put yourself in position in order to help.
Unable to recover it. It costs him. The kicking team gets the football here. Decent start to the drive, but let's face it, they need a lot of things to go right in a short amount of time, down 3 scores.
Yeah, they're going to run their 2-minute offense here in this game, but this is for future games. Can they get better and be ready for the next time, hopefully with a chance to win?
Caught by Devontae Parker. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Now, a line here. And he gets this in the 35-yard line. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Dolphins 1st down.
10 at the 32-yard line.
So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in from the 32 now. Here's 1st and 10. Again, it's Fitzpatrick. Knocked as he threw. And it took.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
On second down, Trick again. Middle to touch. Shaheen with it. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. Will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. Back-to-back receptions for him, but it's first. And he will take it. Matt Breida, his 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd of the year. And the Dolphins are able to draw a bit closer. It seemed like they were so focused on the guys out wide, they forgot about him out of the backfield.
That's a really good point because oftentimes when you start counting, that's exactly what you do. You start from the widest receiver, work your way inside. Who gets lost sometimes? The back in the backfield. That's exactly what happened there.
And he got into the end zone. So 2 scores down. Time definitely not an ally, but here comes the onside kick. And the Bills are going to recover. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. So Allen's going to look to throw. He's got the catch over the middle to Diggs. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just 70 seconds left to go in the game. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up first. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. They'll manage to tackle and get this forward for a couple. It'll be 2nd down. Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. And it's caught. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Now the Dolphins will use the last of their timeouts as they'll get it with just a shade under a minute to go in the game. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal. Gets half there on a gain of 2.
Well, Brandon, we always know that once you score 1 touchdown,
want 2.
You're without a doubt. And so far today, he's got 1, but was denied as he tried to get the 2nd one.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. And he gets half there down to the 1-yard line. Call it a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal. They'll try to run. Here's Singletary. No chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
Brings up 4th down and goal.
And a timeout comes in. The whistles blow with 3 seconds remaining. I guess not content to get another 3 here late. They'll try to add 6 more as they go on 4th and goal. Singletary, they'll run for it. And he puts it in for the score on the final play, so it doesn't affect the outcome, but a little whipped cream on top to their ending.
Or as our friends in Bayou Country would say, that's a little lagniappe, a little extra on top.
So it's a victory here for the Buffalo Bills, and maybe more importantly, a victory in the division, which always helps.
And on the road. How about all of that rolled up into one? Because how often do you see division games get decided by this much of a margin?
Yeah, they thumped them.
Yeah, they jumped all over them. In a division game, it's usually a touchdown or less. These Two teams know each other better than most teams in the league. In this case, that didn't hold up. On the road, big margin, big victory. Oh yeah, that flight home will be good.
So for the Bills, it was a great all-around performance as they come out of this one with the victory. And they'll return home next week to take on the LA Rams. Meanwhile, for the Dolphins, they'll drop to 0-2. And they'll be on the road next week as they get a date with the Jaguars in Jacksonville. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody. The players on your team, quickly upgrade your team at the end of each game.